All right, welcome to another game of football and codename Quick Play Football. And in this game, we haven't had the 2021 New York Giants at the Cincinnati Bengals. And this is going to be the other two teams in the demo that you can try. So I'll put the link in the description. You can go and try the demo. The other two teams are the Buccaneers and the Titans. You can see have these team attributes, but the Giants and the Bengals do not. So this is going to be kind of a straight up game. Anybody with momentum is going to get a little bit. The Bengals get a little bit for their offense. And so we're going to see how this goes for them. And I want to have these near, but not too near, because we still got to roll. So no team has any special time of possession, so everything is 30 seconds for a play with yardage, 15 seconds if the defense controls. We need to decide who is going to win the toss, and so it's going to be Cincinnati rolling first. They have a 5 to a 4, so Cincinnati wins the coin toss, and they are going to choose to defer to the second half, so the kickoff is going to go to the Giants, and they're going to get the ball first. Who gets the advantage on the kickoff? It's going to be the Giants. So the Giants roll, the Bengals roll. Giants get the advantage on the kickoff. The kickoff is +9. So 20 plus 9 is going to be first and 10 at the 29-yard line. And that'll take some time off the clock. No score, as we're just getting into the game. You can see that Cincinnati has a home field advantage, so they'll have a +2 advantage until the opponent makes a big play. So we'll see how that factors in. The Giants with a 6, they're going to have control of this offensive play, and that's going to be a 9-yard gain. Second down and 1 at the 38. So a nice start for New York. That's a 1 to a 1 is going to be to the offense. And there's a little run play for 3 yards. So Saquon Barkley takes it out to the 41. First down and 10 for New York at their own 41. That's going to be a 4 to a 6. So New York controls this offensive play, and that's a nice 10-yard gain. Out to the 49. So they cross midfield, and they're at the Bengals 49. So the Giants control again. 3-yard gain. A little run play brings up second down and 7 at the 46. It's a good roll for the offense as they continue this nice start. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 on the 3-yard play at the 43-yard line. And let's see if Cincinnati can provide a stop here. That's a low number. And even lower goes Cincinnati. We'll see. And that's going to be a 6-yard gain. So they get a first down. Do the Giants out to the Cincinnati 37. And that's going to be first and 10 from the 37. The Giants keep rolling. And it's going to be a 7-yard gain. Brings up second and 3 from the 30. So a nice opening drive here for New York. That's a low number and a big number for Cincinnati. Cincinnati makes the stop on second down, brings up 3rd down and 3 from the 30. The Giants are in danger of stalling out here. That's a big number, and the Giants win that roll, and we'll see. That's a 7-yard gain, so that's first and 10 from the 23. So a really nice drive. Started at their own 29. Opening drive of the game for the Giants. They have control of the offensive play. That'll be a gain of 4. Brings up second and 6 from the 19-yard line. A 4 to a 4. That's going to be in favor of the Giants. A 9-yard gain brings up first and 10 from the 10-yard line. Actually, first and goal, I guess, from the 10. So we'll see. They have 20 yards to play with. So they have the 10 and then the 10 for the touchdown. You know, anything larger than that is going to be an incomplete pass. So that's going to be a 3 to a 5. So the 5 is for the Bengals. Let's see what the defense has. It's going to be a stop. So it's going to be 2nd and goal at the 10. Roll for the Giants, roll for the Bengals, and that's going to be an 8-yard gain. That takes the ball 3rd and goal down to the 2-yard line. So the Giants are at the 2-yard line. They've driven all the way from there, 29. Oh, that's a big roll. And let's see. A 5-yard gain. That's going to get them into the end zone. And that's going to be a touchdown. Quite an impressive drive from the Giants as they go in for a TD for 2 yards. The extra point is going to be automatic for them. They did not miss any extra points in the 2021 season, so that's going to be an auto extra point for them. And going to take that in there like that. So the Giants just driving it down the field. How many plays is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 play drive. Takes up, I don't know, the first half of the first quarter as they just take it and shove it down the Bengals' throat. So a good start. The Bengals do have the home field advantage, so we'll see what happens there. Who has the advantage on the kickoff? This will be Bengals first. That's a good roll. And the Bengals have the advantage on the kickoff. That's going to be 7 added to their return, so they're going to start 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Take a little bit off for the kickoff. And remember, the Bengals are going to get +2 on their advantage roll. Don't need it there. So it's going to be a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 at the 31. So 2nd down and 6 for Cincinnati. That's going to be a roll of 4 against a 4 is going to be for Cincinnati. So 3rd down and 2 coming up at the 35-yard line. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Good roll there. And Cincinnati takes control of this roll. That's going to be a big play. And look at that. 66 is a TD. So that's going to be, 15 yards plus 50, 65-yard touchdown. So a quick strike for 65 yards as Cincinnati, with their big offense, takes it in for the score. That's going to be an extra point at 11. Extra point is good, and just like that, the score is tied. So huge play in the game there for Cincinnati. Okay. That's going to be to the Giants. Don't like ties on the kickoff, so it's going to be the Giants and the Bengals. Advantage to the Bengals. It's going to be 8 minus 20 is the 12. So 1st and 10, starting at the 12-yard line for New York. New York doesn't have any special advantages. The one big play came off of Cincinnati, so they're not going to lose their advantage here. They still have the momentum, and this is, excuse me, this is a to the Cincinnati Bengals defense, or to the, is to the Bengals defense. So we're going to go 2nd and 10. Sorry, I lost track of what I was doing. 2nd and 10 from the 12-yard line. Good roll there. Oh, better roll there from the Bengals. And their defense comes up with a big play. That's going to be a penalty on the offense. So let's roll to see what the penalty is. Penalty is a 6 on the offense, and that's going to be a false start. So that pushes back the line of scrimmage 5 yards. So that goes back to the 7-yard line. So 2nd and 15 from the 7-yard line. No time needs to come off the clock there. That's a roll of 2 for the Giants and 4 for the Bengals. Another big play for the defense, and this time it's going to be a sack. And let's see if the sack pushes them into the end zone. Oh, it's just going to be from 1. Okay. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 16 from the 6-yard line. And if the sack were to push them into the end zone, obviously that would be a safety, so could really change the game. All right, the Giants need something here. 3rd and 16. That's not a great roll, and the Bengals take control, and they make the stop. So 4th and 16 from the 6, and it's going to force a punt by the Giants. Let's see who has control of the punt. That's a 5 to a 6. So it's going to be the Bengals. And a 12 on a punt is going to be 44 minus 12, which is a 32. So 32 yards on the punt is going to put them at really good field position. So 1st and 10 at the 38. So they're starting in enemy territory, the Bengals are, and that's going to be 1st and 10 at the Giants 38. So only 38 yards to go for a score. So that's a 7 to a 1. Remember, they get a +2. So that's going to be an 8. 8 yards brings up 2nd down and 2 from the 30-yard line. And if any of this is confusing, download the game guide, and I also have a video explaining, sort of introducing how all the different roles work. It's a great roll and beats the Giants, and it's going to be a gain of 8. So 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Bengals driving here with under 4 minutes left in the first quarter. They're already, or I'm sorry, the score is tied at 7 apiece, as both teams have added New York with a long drive and Cincinnati with a quick strike. This is going to go to Cincinnati, and that's a 3-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line for the Giants. See if the Giants can make a stop here. That's a 6 to a 4. Not going to make a stop there, and that's going to be a 1st down. That takes us to the 10, so 1st and goal again from the 10-yard line. Not an unfamiliar spot for the Bengals. So that's going to be a 10. The Bengals don't have a red zone. They're not in the top 10 in red zone conversions. Is that how you say it? Red zone efficiency? I don't know. Scores inside the red zone. But this is going to go to Cincinnati anyway. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. And they are knocking on the door. Let's see what New York's got. That's a 5 to a 5. And that's going to go to Cincinnati. And this is a 6-yard gain. And that's going to be another touchdown from 4 yards out. As this one a little bit slower and a little more conventional. The extra point, 1 to 11. That's going to be good. So we've got a 14. 1:45 left in the first quarter, and the ball is going to go to the Giants. So here is the Giants roll, and there's the Bengals roll, and so the Bengals have the advantage here. It's return -3 is a 17, so it's going to be 1st and 10 at the Giants 17. 1:15 left in the first quarter. Giants down 14-7 to Cincinnati early. This is going to be to the offense, and that's going to be an 8-yard gain. 2nd down and 2 from the 25. Couple more plays left in this quarter. 5 to a 5. That goes to the offense. And this is going to be a 9-yard gain, so 1st and 10 from the 34. And that's 15. Challenges my addition skills, my quick addition skills. And last play of the quarter, 4 for the Giants, 6 for the Bengals. And so let's see what kind of defensive stop here. That's going to be a big play for the defense, and that's going to be a sack. A 33 is going to be a sack. It's 1st and 10. And let's see, it's a -3 on the sack, so it's going to make it 2nd and 13 from the 31-yard line as they move backwards. And that's going to end our quarter. The score after the first quarter is 14-7, Cincinnati over New York. New York is at their 31-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd down and 13. So 2nd and 13 to start the second quarter from their 31-yard line. Get a little water here. And let's see if the Giants can bring back any of that first half magic. So that's a 2 to a 3. This is going to be to Cincinnati. Cincinnati with a 22. That's going to be a tackle for loss. Let's see what the loss is on the play. It's -4. So New York just keeps going backwards. It's going to be 3rd and 17 from the 27-yard line. And what do they got? They got a 3 against the 6, Cincinnati again. And they make the stop on 3rd and 17. 4th and 17 from the 27. We're going to get a punt again from the Giants. And, oh, sorry, that was a stop. So the Giants are going to control the punt. So good punt here. It's going to be 44 plus 9 is 53. So it's going to be a 53-yard boomer. And that's going to push Cincinnati back. They'll start 1st and 10 from their, was it 23 plus another 30 at the 20. So at the 20-yard line. Take a little off of that. Cincinnati ball. They still have the home field advantage. New York hasn't made any big plays here, so we're just going to keep going until they make a big play and see if they can swing the tide. That's going to be a 6 to a 4, so that's to Cincinnati. Cincinnati, with a nice first down play, makes it 2nd and 3 with that 7-yard gain. The Bengals was 6, and that beats the New York 5. And so that's going to be another gain of 6. 1st and 10 from the 33. That's a 3 to a 5, so the Giants win that play. And that will be a nice stop for them. 2nd and 10 at the 33 for the Bengals. That's a 6 to a 1. So Bengals control this play, and that's going to be a 9, which brings up 3rd down and 1. And that's going to be at the 42-yard line. So 3rd and 1, big play here for the Giants. Let's see if they can make a stop. That's a 5, and the Giants roll a 2, and so that's going to be to the offense, a 9-yard gain, and nice completion there. Takes it out to the 49 of the Giants. So Cincinnati crosses midfield with that play. That's a 4 to a 2, and Cincinnati will control the offensive play, and that's going to be a big play for the offense. A 44. 44 is going to be a run after contact. So you roll 1d6, and then you add it to the 8. So we have 8 plus 6, big gain, and nice run there. So that's a 1st and 10 for 14 yards. Takes it out to the 35-yard line, and that's going to be a big gainer for the Bengals, who are driving here in this second quarter. That's a 6 to a 6, so that's going to go to Cincinnati. And an 8-yard gain brings up 2nd and 2 at the 27. First down roll, that's a 4 to a 1. So Cincinnati controlling again. And they just push it past the first down marker, and that's going to be down to the 24-yard line. 1st down and 10 from the Giants 24 for Cincinnati. 6 can't be beat. Oh. So, drop my dice. 1st and 10 from the 24. Cincinnati controls the play. It's going to be a 2nd and 5 with the 5-yard gain down to the 19. 9.5 minutes left in the half. Cincinnati ahead 14-7 and driving. That's going to be a 3 to a 3. Remember, they get a +2, so that'll be a 3 to a 3. Tie goes to the offense. And that's going to be a big play. That'll be a defensive penalty. So let's see what the penalty is. You roll both, and then you add. So it's a 7. And penalty on the defense for the 7 is going to be an offsides. So that's going to be an automatic 1st down. It was 2nd down and 5. So they get a little cheapy there, and they're down to the 14-yard line now. And no time off the clock. So that's a 7 to a 3. It goes to the offense. Another big play, 44, is going to be a rolling D6 and then adding. So we're going to roll the D6 and we're going to add. So we got 8. With the 5 is a 13. That's going to get us down to the goal line. So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 1. And Cincinnati knocking on the door again. They get a 3 to a 3. That's going to be a win for Cincinnati. And a 7 is within the acceptable range. The range is 1 plus 10, so 11. So that's going to be a TD for Cincinnati. And that's going to be a 1-yard touchdown as they plunge it in for the score. And let's do the extra point. Sometimes they do miss, but not here. And so it's going to be another 7. It's 21-7 Cincinnati. In the second quarter, we got 8.5 minutes left in the half. And let's go ahead and decide on the kickoff. So this goes, we'll say that's New York, and that's Cincinnati. So New York with the advantage on the kickoff. It's going to be a return plus 7. So they'll take over 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. And let's take a little off for that. New York ball. Let's see if they have a response here. If they can make a big play, they can get right back in this. So a 6 to the 3, that's going to go to the Giants. So a 7-yard gain brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34. 7.5 minutes left in the quarter. So 3 to a 2, so Giants remain in control here. That's a big play. 1st and 10 with the 11-yard gain. Takes it out to the 45-yard line. So the Giants driving here, with less than 7 minutes left in the half. They're going to get the offensive roll again, and that's going to be a gain of 4. Brings up 2nd down and 6 from their own 49. Giants looking for some sort of big play to get them into the game, and that's nice and steady. That's a 1st and 10. Excuse me, with the 8-yard gain, so it's going to be down to the 43. So they are in enemy territory for the second time in this game. Cincinnati takes control of this play, and that's going to be 2nd and 10 now at the Cincinnati 43. 5 to a 2. Giants control the play. Oh, a big play. So we're going to wipe out this advantage. I'm going to give them this advantage before I forget. And that's a good one too. That's an excellent one. So they're going to have the advantage until the opponent scores a TD, which, you know, for the Bengals has been early and often at this point. But a 3-3 is going to be rolling 1d6. So this is a run after contact. So 6 yards plus 6 is going to be a 12-yard run. And a nice gain there on 2nd down brings up 1st and 10 at the 31. So the Giants with the advantage, so they get a +1 on their advantage roll. So it might actually help them on their offense here. Don't need it here, so it's going to be the Giants in control. 2nd down and 1 at the 22 of Cincinnati. So maybe the Giants are going to get back in this thing. There's a 2 to a 4. Cincinnati rolling, and they make the stop on 2nd and 1. Brings up 3rd down and 1 at the 22-yard line. That's a 7 to a 6, so big time there. Help them out. And that's an 11-yard gain, so big toss there. And that takes it down to the 11-yard line. So not quite goal to go. They can get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown, but we'll see what happens. That's going to be a 6 to a 6, so you can see here, this is the Giants roll. They get the +1 for the momentum, and that's going to actually, that would have been for the defense. But instead, it's a 10-yard gain, and that gets them down to the 1. So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line with 3.5 minutes left. And let's see if New York can punch it in. That's a 5 to a 3. And this is a big play. Big play is going to be a touchdown. They were at the 1-yard line, so that's going to be a TD from 1 yard out. They don't have to roll for it. A 12 on the extra point. Extra point is good. So that's going to be down there. We have 3 minutes left. And New York suddenly with the momentum. And it's 21-14 in the first half in Cincinnati. So let's check out the kickoff. 2 to Cincinnati, 3 to the Giants. Giants have control. That's going to be 5. So 20 minus 5 is at the 15. Cincinnati will be starting 1st and 10 at the 15. This is the worst field position that they've had. They've started at the 27, they've started at the 38, they've started at the 20, and now the 15. And so let's see what they can do here with just a few minutes left in the half. Once we get under the 2-minute warning, every play is only going to cost 1 spot. So I believe that's the kick there. And Cincinnati gets a +1 on their offense. 1st and 10 at their own 15. That's going to be a 2 to a 4. So the Giants in control here. That's a big play for the Giants. And that's actually going to be a pick. And we can see here that that's a pick. Let's see how far down the field it was. 26. Trying to think here. 26 yards. I think I'm trying to remember my pickoff one. I believe it's well, let me just double check. All right, so on a pickoff, it's an add, not a combine. So it's going to be 8 yards. And so we're going to add 8 yards to the 15, and that puts it at the 23-yard line. So that tells us how far down the field that the ball was picked off. We'll say interception. So first turnover of the game goes to New York, who all of a sudden has all the momentum in the game. And they're going to be 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 23. So a big turn of events here. We're going to roll the possession back over to New York. And yes, sometimes when you're designing a game, you have to consult the rules, especially at the beginning. You know, if you don't have a lot under your belt, trying to remember. And the game is so fluid, you know, at times you're playing it and making changes at the same time. And, you know, you might be playing with old rules, so you just want to be sure. So, Giants ball, 2 minutes left. Remember, everything from here on out is going to be just one square, one time. So the Giants have a +1, so that's really a 6 to a 6, and that's going to be a win for the Giants. So that's going to be a 7-yard gain on 1st down, 2nd and 3 from the 16-yard line. 1:45 left in the half. Giants are down by a score. That's a 7 to a 1, so there's no way to beat the Giants on that one. And they get just enough for the 1st down. And that'll be 1st and 10 at the 9. So that should be 1st and goal. Always got to get that goal in there. 1st and goal from the 9. 1.5 minutes left. And the Giants are in hurry-up mode. That's going to be to the Giants, and it's going to be a 7. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 2. And 1 minute and 15 seconds left. The Giants with a 6, and that's going to beat that 6 because it was really a 7. And that's going to be a 6-yard gain, so that's going to be a TD as the Giants go in for this 2-yard score. The extra point is automatic, and they tie the ball game up with a big pick deep inside of Cincinnati territory. And Cincinnati on the ropes here in the 1st half. So let's see what they can do on the kickoff. Maybe they'll get some sort of amazing play. This is going to go to Cincinnati and New York. And it's going to go to the Giants. So that's 20 minus 5. They'll start at the 15. 1st and 10 at the 15. And we're going to take one down. And I think Cincinnati's just going to kneel it here and run the clock out. So that's how we'll do that. And we'll say that that's the half. So at the half, it is 21-21 here against the Giants. And the Bengals, the Giants are in Cincinnati at Paul Brown Stadium. And we will be, I realize I didn't do the 2nd quarter, but we'll be kicking off the 2nd half in a separate video. So this is the new Quick Play football game. If you want to download these teams, these component parts again, you'll get all of these component parts plus the the two other teams. So you have 4 teams that you can demo. You'll get all of the momentum cards that you can use whenever there's a big play that happens. And big plays go back and forth. So if Cincinnati makes a big play, that takes away momentum from the Giants. Otherwise, they still have the momentum until Cincinnati scores a TD. This is actually a really valuable momentum card because some of them are they end on the current drive, so then you would take that away. Some of them end until they go until the current half, and then they would go away. And then some go for the current quarter. Don't know where those are. Yeah, here's one. So then you have the advantage until the end of the quarter. So that's a little bit of a about the momentum cards, the advantage cards. I like to call them momentum because it helps to, like you can even feel it in this game, the swing of the game, right? Cincinnati was just owning the first quarter, but as soon as their advantage, their home field advantage got taken away, they got punched in the mouth a little bit. New York, all of a sudden, started storming back a little bit. So, and they stopped playing uphill, which they had to on this entire drive. And you can see here, they're sort of playing uphill, but then after that, it's gotten a little bit easier for them, especially with this big interception. So big plays are a big part of the game, and maybe it should be called big play football. I don't know, because it's such an integral part of this game. But momentum football, I think, is already taken, so don't think we can do that. The big mo. All right, so click on the link, download these game components, play the game. Let me know what you think. Are there things that are off? Are there things that can be improved or made better, or something that can be added? Love to hear your thoughts on the game. And as soon as it's ready, we'll just do the 2021 season. We'll see how it goes from there. All right, I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again.